Want to know what Casey Neistat had to say in his keynote at VidSummit 2019? I've got some of my takeaways anyways, coming up. Hi there, this is Steve Klein with Zareco Media, where we're making an impact online through web, social media, and video. And in today's video, I'm actually doing a series of videos at VidSummit 2019. And I'm trying to give the recaps in the best way I can from a personal standpoint, from my takeaways, my personal takeaways. I'm here taking notes, and I've got my phone, and I've been jotting notes down vigorously, or typing them out of my thumb. And I wanted to share with you some things that I've been learning, and especially this last keynote. So Casey Neistat, as many of you know, or maybe many of you that may be new to YouTube don't know him, but if you don't, well, a lot of people do. There's millions of people that know who Casey Neistat is. He's a YouTuber, he's a vlogger, he's a media professional, but he's also a father, just a great guy. He shares his input and wisdom online with his vlogs. And he's most recently moved to LA, why we got to see him. And so, that and the fact that I think his close proximity to the VidSummit, maybe if it was an enticement, I don't know. But anyway, here's my takeaways from his keynote. So he went into the story of his career and his life, going to New York, trying to really make it there, how he found his passion with video. And the few takeaways that I got that I felt were really, really passionate or important to me was the uncertainty, embracing uncertainty, because through that struggle, a lot of times opportunity is on the other side. And for me, I internalize that as meaning that you really don't know what's on the other side. You have to have faith and persistence. Now, the second thing was passion and intent. He really spoke about intent of something. So, for example, he brought up Mr. Beast, Jimmy, as an example of how that a person has intent from the beginning, and whatever their intent is, are they just trying to get fame? Because if they're trying to get fame, the intent of that may be short-lived. If they're really trying to truly care for someone or whatever their video happens to be about, that will also shine through. So it's whatever the intent is originally. So basically the moral of the story is not to go after the fame and fortune, go after where your heart is, where your passion is. And fame and fortune are sometimes a natural byproduct of that. Not all the time. But most of the time, you have to go, and I took that away as going where your heart is called to be. He also mentioned about story, how some people that do YouTube videos, they're into the thumbnails. The thumbnails have to portray exactly what the video is about right at the very beginning. And to that, Casey it's all noise. He doesn't operate like that. He doesn't put that down, but he doesn't operate like that. And he said he didn't put that down. He actually, that's good if they wanted to do it that way. That's great, but it's just not him. He's more of a storyteller. And I really identified with that because, with Zareco Media, I've been creating story brands and stories for other people's brands. And just now, we're coming more online with live videos from our brand. So, and so I'd love to get stories out like in commercials or things like that with the media that we create. But even my personal, some of you may know that I've written some books. I've written a couple books, and that story is really important. That story is so important to convey a story. But you know what I'm saying? It's just at the heart of it. But it all comes back to the intent, and what is the intent of you? So as you think about this, and think about Casey Neistat being at VidSummit, think about your own story. Now, my story, I don't want to bore you with my story, but the story that I want to convey to you is that the story of Casey Neistat's move from New York to LA. And a lot of it had to do with family and had to do with winding down and slowness. And that, in and of itself, spoke to my heart. Because when you put family first, when you put faith, God, family first, everything just underneath that kind of flows naturally. And I think that if we all did that, if we all concentrated on that first, then I think the world would be a better place. Anyway, this is Steve Klein. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try and recap at the end of the day as well. So if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.